Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is an intro that I'm filming actually like a month later filming the video, but I didn't have time at all to edit this or to finish this. But in this video you're gonna see me for 24 hours studying only. I'm not gonna do only that. I'm gonna also explain to you a little bit, first of all, what I'm studying, and second of all, how the Italian system, like school-wise, university-wise, works, because it is a bit different from everywhere probably in the world, especially like American and UK system. I'm gonna also explain to you a little bit how I do, like how I study, because in Italy we only have oral exam. The preparation is very different from, I think, a written text, at least for me. So that is mainly what I'm going to do. Also, jump scared after me this with makeup on, like a little bit more dress up. You're gonna see me in PJs without makeup probably all day, because this is the reality of it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna let you go into the video now.
Welcome back, Queen Serena. Consider us your humble servants.
Hopefully before this clip I did another intro, because otherwise it's like a bit scary. It's 9:30 in the morning. As hopefully, as I said, this is going to be 48 hours, I think, or maybe 24, I don't know yet, of me studying. I'm gonna bring you with me all day, but as of right now I need to study, so this is what we're going to do. I'm preparing commercial law, the second one. In my university, it does change from university to university. In general, if you're studying law in whatever university, you do study always the same, of course, like things. We all study the same things. There can be some specific like class that can be a little bit different, but in general, of course, we all study the same things, but they can be divided in different way also through the years. In my university we have commercial law 1 and 2. First one I think is in my second year, they already did, and commercial 2 is during my fourth year. I'm not in my fourth year, I'm into my last year. But generally in all university in Italy, you're not obligated, like you can work in America for example, to, if you don't pass, let's say, an exam of your year, you're not stuck in that year, but you can still move on and do the next year and do the class that you didn't do the first year, for example. So it is a bit complicated. It works in a way better because you're not stuck. Let's say that you're like you don't pass one exam through your whole year, you're not stuck in that year for your only exam. You can still go do the next year and then come back to that class, if it makes sense. But I'm gonna explain it a little bit better after. But this is what I'm doing. Commercial law. I'm gonna try to explain you also my method. My exam is at the beginning, like second week of September, so it's at the beginning of September. We have less than a month as of right now, and it's an oral exam. All of the exam in my university are oral exam. That doesn't mean that, I think besides like one or two, I never had any written like exams ever. So everything is an oral exam, which require a different type of studying. Personally, I think that a written one, also like mentally, is a different type of preparation. What I'm going to do is, and what you're gonna see, I have my pages that I printed. This is the book. This is the book that I am studying from. It's actually quite small in comparison to other books that I've used in the past. This is only like 500 and so pages, so it's not that big. I had books that were like more than 1,000 pages. What I do usually, I never study directly from the book, in the sense that I do my, how do you say it? I don't remember, but like I try to like resume, if that is the word, the book. So now instead of 500 and so pages, I have 203 pages, which is way less. Now I'm on page 95, so almost halfway through it. What you're gonna see me do basically is, per day I try to do 30 pages. What I do is I divide them between morning and afternoon, so I do 15 pages in the morning and 15 in the afternoon. What I do, I also divide these 15 pages into 5. What I do is, I have the page, I read it, and meanwhile I do highlight like the information that are important that I want to read. And I start to do this with 5 pages. After I do this with the first 5 pages, I repeat what I've just learned, and then I move on. I do a break usually of like 10 minutes, and I move on into the next 5 pages. I do the same thing, I repeat them, and then again I do the same thing with the last 5. Usually if I start on time, after I do this, I repeat all the 15 pages. In this way, they are more stuck in my brain. At this point, I will not be able to repeat them without looking, but I'm gonna, like, when I finish to do the first, basically, read and repeat of all the 203 pages, I'm gonna then do that for other like 2-3 weeks. So at that point it's when I actually start to actually learn and focus everything on my brain. But this helps me because I do have a general knowledge of everything, and also I do learn at the same time. And then I basically have my lunch break, and that's usually 2 hours. 1 hour is gonna be only for cooking basically and fixing the kitchen, etc. And then we're gonna do the same thing in the afternoon. So this is what you're going to expect. Now I will need to start. So here we have all the 5-6 pages actually done. Now it's time to repeat them. It's gonna be complicated because I don't think I did understand much today while I was reading, but this is what you're gonna see me do now. It's now 10:23. I finished the first 6 pages. Now I'm gonna wash my face, brush my teeth, and I need to walk out the dog. We're back. I'm back in my PJs, hair up because I am sweating, and at this point it's almost 11, is 10:53, and I only did 6 pages, which, you know what, it's fine. It's okay. Now I have some cold tea in here because, again, it's hot, if I didn't say enough, and 1 cookie because I'm hungry. I did have breakfast, I didn't show it to you. I really cannot function first in the morning, but I'm gonna eat that, drink this, and then you're gonna see me do other 4 pages because I did 6 pages already. Now I only have to do 4. In this way I am at 10, and then I have the other 5 to do. I don't know if I'm gonna have time today to repeat all the 15 pages because I also have to prepare lunch for my grandma. So I don't know, we shall see. But cheers to us, and let's keep this going. By the way, before continuing, actually, let me show to you where I studied, which it could make you cry a bit, but it's fine. This, it's on my desk. This, it's a very tiny desk, but I wanted it tiny because of my room and because it's just a desk, okay? So I have a very tiny desk, okay, very tiny. This is my hand for comparison, okay, and this is a book for comparison, okay. And in here I have the stuff that I still have to do, the stuff that I did, and what I'm going to do now. In the back I have my pen, a cactus, and these 2 mugs, because I do collect mugs when I go away, and a mini bottle of water, but usually it's more organized because I'm studying here dates like this because, again, it's very tiny. I just finished the 5 pages. I ended up doing 5 instead of 4. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I did receive a text, and it's one of those texts who brings me anxiety. It's one of those texts who brings me anxiety because of the person. I put in Not Disturb because I don't really want to, see it. But because of those tags who brought me anxiety, now I cannot concentrate very well. So before repeating, I do need to relax kind of my brain before doing it. It's something very annoying, especially because I was doing well, you know what I mean? Like, I was focused on my pages, and then I received the text and my brain, like, just goes in other places. It's very annoying. It's not something that I can fully control. I'm going to repeat this 5 pages, then I'm gonna have an actual break, a longer one, then I'm gonna do the last 5 pages, and then I'm gonna update you if I'm gonna repeat or if I'm gonna have lunch. I don't know. I'm gonna keep you in touch, but I'm gonna need to charge this. So the last 5 pages, you're not gonna see it. Okay, you guys, I just finished my pages. I didn't repeat everything. It's 12:45. Usually I finish around 1, okay? But I'm very tired today. I don't feel like going on for other 15 minutes, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go cook. I already prepared food for my grandma, so now I'm gonna prepare the food for my dog because I have to cook for her. For me, it's gonna take a while. I'm probably gonna eat like late 1:30, something like that. This is my dog food. She has stomach problems, okay? So we have carrot, zucchini, rice, and meat. Finally, we have lunch. It is, as I was predicting, 1:36, and I am finally eating chicken and zucchini with tomatoes. They're fried, my favorite. And we are back. It's 3:11, something like that. Before actually starting again, I think I'm gonna explain you a bit how the Italian system works. I'm studying law, and I know that, for example, in America, if you want to study law, you actually have to do before pre-law, which I have no idea what it is, if I have to be honest with you. And then you can study like actual law. And then if you want to be a lawyer, you need to pass the bar. In Italy, instead, we have 5 years of university. The 5 years, a lot of the time, became 6 or 7, but the years itself are 5. During these 5 years, we have different type of classes. Of course, we have the basic like criminal law. We also have procedure law, civil law. There's like criminal, we have administration, and we have like public law. Any type of law that does exist, we do. And we also have some not weird, but some like classes that are more specific that you wouldn't think that we actually were required to do, but we are. Like, for example, in my university, we study like, I don't know how to call that in English, but like all the law that involves religion. And I mean like the state, like the Vatican state, that is like required. It's not like a class that you can choose, because through the years there are classes that you can choose in between, but you like are obligated to choose one of the option that they got presented to you, but you are required still to choose. This one is just a mandatory, like criminal law. You cannot decide to not do it. In total, I think we have 30 classes through the 5 years, which they don't sound a lot, but if you think about it, 30 in 5 years, it is actually quite a lot. In total, we have something that's called CFU, which are like credits that you acquire partially through the exam, and then we also have to do like seminars and stuff like that. We have to do traineeship, etc., to earn more basically through the 5 years. But talking about law itself, how it works is just you decide to go to law school. Mine, for example, didn't require any test at the beginning. Some university, especially private ones do, but mine's not. It's a public one. I decided I want to go to law school. I decided to go to that specific university I'm going, more or less, because honestly I would have preferred to go away and leave my home, which is something so very common, like in America or even UK, that you go to college not in your city. It's something that is very common too in here, but I feel like in America it's more like a requirement, almost something that you have to do. In here, if you have the luxury to have like a good university or university in your town, you don't do it. But I decided I want to go to law school, and basically when I'm gonna finish and I'm gonna figure out what I want to do, I have different various options. With a law degree, you can do an abundance of things besides the classic. Like if I want to be a lawyer, similar to like America or UK, I need to do a national test. Before doing that, I'm required to do 18 months, so a year and a half basically, of traineeship with like a lawyer, and then I need to pass this national exam that is partially written, and then you have an oral exam, and if you pass, you became a lawyer. To become, for example, a judge, it's also very like similar in a sense. The test is completely different, it's more complicated, but the process is kind of still the same. At this point, it's 3:30 almost, so I'm gonna start my other 15 pages. What I'm going to do is the same that I did this morning, so I'm going to do 5 pages, repeat them, break other 5, repeat them, and break other 5, repeat them. And hopefully I'm gonna have time to then repeat all of them all over again. It's, I think, 5:20, something like that. This is very sad ice cream, but it is ice cream. And I'm not too much hungry, but I want something to eat. And then I'm gonna repeat everything. And hopefully around 7:30, I'm gonna finish. On the dot today, it's 6:33. I just finished to repeat my 15 pages, so I'm going to rest for probably 20 minutes, then I'm going to do the other 15. I'm very proud, to be fair. It did started bad this morning, but it's going better. So I'm gonna do this and we're gonna see each other in half an hour. It's 9:30 or something. First of all, I forgot to show you my dinner because I was just hungry. Very honest. Now I don't feel like studying anymore. I have a huge headache, so I have actually a book, Twisted Love, and I'm reading this. It's in English. This is not the first book that I've read in English. I started actually last year, and this summer actually I already read 3 books, which I've showed you in my vlogs. They are the Rose Ale series, I think it's called. I'm waiting for the 4th book. This is gonna come out in September, so I've decided to buy this series. I'm not enjoying this one as much as the previous ones. It's a different author, first of all. It's everything too fast. Like, I think they're supposed to hate each other, or at least him is supposed to be kind of it's just not, you know what I mean. Already on chapter 2 he was like, well, I am attracted to you. So I'm like, okay, it's chapter 2. I thought you were supposed to like hate her or something. So everything is a bit too fast, and I think when she was writing and she was fully thinking about when they're gonna do a movie about it, genuinely, because of the lines of everything. With that being said, I'm gonna finish here this vlog. I'm sorry if you only saw me with my PGs, but this is also very real. It's 24 hours with me studying, and this is actually what I do and how I am. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more or have more information about it, if you have any question about Italian, like the school system with the university, etc., and I could do a video all about that if you have any questions, etc. We're gonna see each other in the next video, which hopefully it's gonna be the week after this one. And yeah, if you enjoy it, like the video, comment, and I don't know, like subscribe please.